Billions of dollars in federal funding for childcare is set to expire this week.
Yeah, the cost of childcare has actually increased 220% over the last 3 decades, far outpacing inflation. The average cost a year is now more than $10,000 per child, and for many Americans, these emergency funds have become essential. Nicole Killian shows us the potential impact on families and also childcare providers.
Hello. Ashley Proctor has been bringing her 2-year-old son Ahmad to this Maryland daycare center since he was 8 months old.
Jump and jump and jump. I love the staff. My son, he loves it here. It feels like family.
And for Ashley, it's also affordable.
How much would you say you spend on childcare a month?
On average, about maybe $50.
$50, yeah. Wow.
But that's with a need-based scholarship, which is provided through the state of Maryland. About 30% of the kids at this learning center receive similar aid.
What do you have?
Which partially comes through federal funding included in the American Rescue Plan. The law was passed in 2021 during the pandemic, providing $24 billion for childcare providers, the largest federal investment in childcare in U.S. history. But come September 30th, it's due to expire. Patty Smith has been the director of the center for nearly 30 years.
If the funding ends, unfortunately, I don't think those parents will be able to pay our tuition.
The Century Foundation, a progressive think tank, estimates the looming childcare cliff could result in the closure of 70,000 childcare programs, and more than 3.2 million children could lose their spot, costing families $9 billion in lost wages. New Jersey Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill and California Congressman Jimmy Gomez, chair of the Dads Caucus, have joined several other Democratic lawmakers to co-sponsor the Child Care Stabilization Act.
We have a child care crisis in America.
It would continue funding at $16 billion for the next 5 years to keep centers open and help workers.
There was a time when I was looking for child care. It was costing more than my paycheck to put my children in child care.
My wife and I, we have a 13-month-old son. I have a good job that helps pay for it, but it's $2,600 a month. That is almost as much as my first mortgage of my house.
Ashley worries about how much more she'll have to pay for Ahmad with funding set to run out.
Where is he going to go? I probably wouldn't be able to afford it as a single parent. So without this, my son, he wouldn't be here. It's a stressful thing to think about.
Nicole Killian, CBS News.
There's a bipartisan task force that is looking at other potential legislative solutions, but there's growing concern about this child care cliff and a potential government shutdown hitting at the same time, which could hurt families and child care providers especially hard. So here in South Carolina, a new special joint committee is tasked with finding solutions to how child care challenges are affecting our workforce. The bipartisan committee, made up of 6 legislators, will study the current state of child care and give recommendations to the House and Senate.
A heads up.